Hello, welcome to a Zoom video training session on the NextGen Upgrade 591841. The upgrade will occur on October 19th. When you come in on the 22nd, you will see the enhancements that I'm going to show you here today. This is a video training, so if you have questions, please enter them into your chat window so that we can address them at the end. The first thing I want to point out is the chronic conditions that used to live in the HPI reason for visit is gone. Your chronic condition button, while not new, has some pretty fantastic enhancements. So let me demonstrate. When I launch my chronic condition is now a template. I can see my problem description and my active medications on the left-hand side. So let's link them. I'm going to click on the blue sub-navigation link called Associate Meds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click once on my aspirin 81 milligrams under the active medications, and it's going to drop it into the medication panel. Under my active diagnoses, I'm going to look for my essential benign hypertension. And I'm going to click on that once. It adds it under the diagnosis. And now if I click Update, I have linked those two. Clicking on the essential hypertension, I can see that aspirin is associated. Let's associate another medication. I'm going to click on the All Radio button, and I'm going to use the lisinopril. I'm going to go back and select my benign essential hypertension, and I'm going to select, let's go to my glaucoma. And you'll notice I have two diagnoses associated with the lisinopril. If I click the update, those are now associated with lisinopril. If I made a mistake or I really didn't want to put the pre-glaucoma with my lisinopril, I just simply click on the radio button and clear. Be careful, if I click clear all, it will remove both. Clicking clear removes the pre-glaucoma. I now have to make sure that I update, and now for my lisinopril, I have associated it with my essential hypertension. That is associating medications with diagnoses. You also now have a quick link to your immunizations. At the top right corner, you have an immunization link, sub-navigation link, takes you to your immunization module, and you can order your vaccines. The flow for ordering immunizations has not changed. The next enhancement is the Diagnosis Assess Plan History. This button is located at the bottom, and when I click on that button, I'm going to be able to see all my past history plans, both provider, patient, and impression. And I can easily click on them and pull them forward. The next one I want to show you is, if I scroll down to the bottom, we now have a medical chart and orders panel. In the orders panel, I can quickly click on my labs and order labs. It will take me into my lab master where I can select my diagnosis and order my labs, or any other diagnostics or referrals. Now let's take a look, and oh, by the way, you can also enter the follow-up visit so that your nurse can schedule that for your patient. Now let's take a look at the chronic conditions themselves. So I'm going to show you a filter. If I click on my hypertension, you'll notice I see the associated meds. But if I scroll down to the bottom under medical chart, and I click on my plans, it's going to show me plans for the filter diagnosis essential primary hypertension. Now I can also change this to any of my other diagnoses, but it's just an easy way for you to see past plans. I'm going to scroll back up. I can view all my notes simply by clicking this little link. I can view labs, external, in-house. I can enter and should enter a status. I'm going to say stable. And now I have a section to do my patient plan and a section to do my provider plan. Don't forget to add an update. That adds and updates. Now the main reason the Associate Meds is here is so that it feeds into the Med module. So I'm going to demonstrate that by going into my Med module. And if I look at my aspirin, I will see, even though it's not separated by active and inactive, I can easily see that the problem that has been associated is the essential primary hypertension. Now it also, when I close my chronic conditions and save, that will pull into my assessment for today simply by clicking on the refresh button found at the bottom. You also have a follow-up button under your Assess plan. Thank you, and feel free to enter any questions into the chat window now so that we can address them in a live session.